Aloha, welcome to Hawaii. We're here at near Pokai Bay, which is just over here, and we're here on a very sacred promontory that sticks out. Very sacred place for Hawaiian people. I spent a lot of time here. I lived here for 7 or 8 years back in the 2003 to 2010 or 11, and I'm back here. We have a house here. So what I wanted to talk to you about today is a couple things. First of all, a bit about Hawaiian massage, but more than just the massage is the spiritual aspects of Hawaiian healing, some of the history, because these 4 towns on the west coast of Oahu are actually the highest concentration of Native Hawaiians. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about self-massage. My daughter's here to join us, so she may throw in a few words of wisdom from time to time. I'll try and translate that into common English. Interestingly, Hawaii is one of the few non-Asian countries with a long history of massage or massage. I know in Australia we say it massage, in America it's said massage. Hawaiians probably said it completely differently. Of course, it was called lomi, which is the Polynesian form of massage. In New Zealand it's called romi. Okay, so just like they pronounce L's differently for aloha in Hawaii, aroha in Maori. So it was an intrinsic part of healing in the Hawaiian system. It's a very important bodywork system, but more than that, it involved prayers, it involved spiritual aspects of connecting with people, and then it involved techniques to get rid of tension and to get rid of bad energy, basically, in people. And it's interesting because on my YouTube channel I do get a lot of comments with sometimes people who are non-believers in life force, and who try and say, oh, if it's not scientifically proved, it doesn't exist. Well, every culture actually that has a traditional system of massage believes in life force. Okay, so Hawaii, there's a belief in life force. Japan, China, India, Thailand, all of these countries have a long history of doing body work and massage, and the whole purpose of it is about the manipulation of the life force. The Chinese never even used to believe in dissecting the human body once the soul had left or the life force had left. They said they're not interested anymore, it's just a hunk of meat. So it's quite a different emphasis, in fact, when we come into what we call vitalistic medicine, okay, which is, I'm a naturopath, and that's the basis of naturopathic medicine. It's about vitality, okay? That can be translated as chi or ki in Chinese, or in Hawaii, it's roughly sort of translated as your mana or your power or your authority, but it's not quite the exact same translation. But it is all about getting rid of sometimes even bad spirits in Hawaii, or it could be just bad energy, and making that person feel more connected with their heart. Okay, so when we talk about aloha in Hawaii, and I think it's a very, very important concept. It's not just a greeting to say, hi, how are you? It's actually, I recognize the spirit in you, and you're my brother or my sister. Okay, so it's a spiritual greeting, and it comes from the heart. Okay, I do want to mention here somebody who's very close in my heart, who's actually running for president at the moment, and who's trying to bring aloha to the United States and to the world, and that's Tulsi Gabbard, and she's actually the representative for this area. Okay, Tulsi is somebody I hold in a lot of high esteem and consider a friend, and she brings aloha to what she does and to the United States and trying to help people. Now we've given Ellie something to do. I'd like to continue talking about Tulsi. Tulsi's trying to reform the medical system in the United States. First of all, of course, to make it where there's Medicare for all, or whatever the particular way she's doing it, where you're not going to, like Australia or Canada, basically. But what she's really trying to do underneath that too is to encourage preventative medicine and take on the big pharmaceutical corporations that are relying on people getting sick in order to make money. And that's the difference again between vitalistic medicine and what we call the Orthodox Western medicine. So there's a profit motive in Orthodox Western medicine that relies on people becoming sick. Okay, so I call it a disease-oriented medicine. Whereas the vitalistic medicine is all about keeping people's vitality high. in ancient China, they actually used to pay what they called the barefoot doctor when people were well in the village, not when they were sick. So it was the barefoot doctor's position to encourage people to be well, and one of the ways that they did that was through massage, self-massage included, and also herbal medicine and nutrition, okay, as well as things like meditation and having good relationships with people, which comes back down to that sense of aloha or aroha in Maori. So that's a very important aspect of something. I'd like to discuss another aspect of the history of Hawaiian massage. When the white people came over here, there was a lot of Christian missionaries that considered Hawaiian massage to be what they called heathen, and they actually outlawed it. And Hawaii was the first place in the world to introduce massage regulations. And it wasn't to protect the interests of the people, it wasn't to protect people at all. It was actually to suppress native Hawaiian culture. Okay, so that's something to think about when we're looking at the big issue of what are massage regulations all for. What they did is they introduced a lot of, the Hawaiians had to learn Latin terminology, they had to learn all the anatomy, physiology, but in Latin, not Hawaiian, and they weren't allowed to practice the spiritual aspects of the massage. This was around for almost 100 years, and it's only been recently that they've introduced laws to encourage Hawaiian healing methods again here. But most of it has died out now. Even on the Waianae coast, which is the biggest area of Hawaiians, very few people know how to do it, and it was pushed underground. So sometimes people's aunties might know, but it was considered a heathen method and not as good as the Western approach to things, to medicine. I think that's very unfortunate. It's had a very detrimental impact upon this area in particular, where there are a lot of drug problems and different things because of the destruction of their culture and this thing that happened in a lot of native cultures, whether it be Australia or Native Americans or Hawaiians, where they're made to feel bad about that their culture is somehow inferior. And that's something I totally disagree with in terms of this whole conflict between what I would call materialistic medicine and what I would then call spiritual or alternative medicine or vitalistic medicine. Okay, and we can see that today, and that is actually what's going on too when people comment that they don't like the concepts of chi, or they don't respect any of this, that they think that they know that there's no such thing as life force. I always say to people like that, what's the difference between a living body and a dead body? Okay, and that is the life force. But also vitality, the word vitality in English, it comes from vitalistic force. Okay, so feeling good, feeling happy, and that's the goal of massage. Okay. What I want to do today too is to show you guys and girls how we can look after ourselves a bit. And throughout a lot of my videos, you've probably seen, yes, you want to be in the video? You want me to do baby massage video now? Is that what you're wanting? Okay, we can do a baby massage video now. All right, so we have to look after our children first. And if we can get rid of tension in our kids, that is the most important aspect. All right, keep children, massage children when they're babies, keep them going, find any tension, get rid of it, then they won't have any problems. I always say we need to excavate with older people and get rid of the tension that's built up. But with children, with babies, we just need to get rid of tension that's built up for a short period of time.